was in the process of making a business proposal to your wife.
I really like the sound of that.
This baby might have been the best con you've ever pulled. What kind of commitment are you looking for?
When it comes to Carly, Jack doesn't have any ulterior motive.
General Hospital latest update. Kelly Monaco is making waves post-General Hospital with her jaw-dropping new project. Teaming up with Shauna Moakler, she's launching Bad Bunnies, an unfiltered tell-all podcast spilling Hollywood secrets, wild stories, and pop culture drama. Will she expose GH's backstage chaos? Fans are eager for the juicy details. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital alum Kelly Monaco reveals new gig. What's next after playing Sam McCall? General Hospital spoilers indicate that Kelly Monaco has a brand new gig, so she revealed it on Instagram and shared what's next after playing Sam McCall. Plenty of GH fans have been missing Monaco and wondering about her upcoming projects, so it's nice to get some exciting news. In Monaco's Instagram post, she talked about her big announcement and spilled that she's teaming up with Shauna Moakler on a new podcast called Bad Bunnies. Let's look at the rest of Monaco's description since it all sounds very scandalous and fun. Unfiltered, untamed, unapologetic. We're bringing you Hollywood secrets, wild stories, pop culture tea, and real talk. Nothing is off limits, Monaco insisted. However, Monaco had a special request before the first episode drops. Since Monaco and Moakler want to make sure they give people what they want to hear, they asked for some suggestions. What topics do you want us to spill on? Reality TV chaos? Dating disasters? Hollywood drama? Monaco asked before urging everyone to share their thoughts in the comments. Of course, it didn't take long for people to chime in. Many fans are still hoping to hear the whole ugly story when it comes to Kelly Monaco's exit as Sam and how it all really went down. Whether Monaco spills on that or not, she'll no doubt have some shocking details to reveal on her Hollywood experience. We'll be sure to pass along updates as more news emerges on Bad Bunnies and everything this juicy podcast has to offer. Will you be listening to Bad Bunnies once they drop the first episode? What kind of stories would you like to hear from Kelly Monaco now that she's starting this new gig? Some soap viewers are still holding out hope that Monaco might land at another daytime drama, or even return to General Hospital someday under the right circumstances. No one can make any firm predictions about what the future holds, but Monaco seems excited about this podcast for now. As for what's ahead in Port Charles, General Hospital spoilers say the absence of Sam will continue to be felt. Today's next update, Lulu is reunited with Charlotte, and Lucas meets a charming, mysterious stranger in Miami. Today on General Hospital, Maxie challenges Carly's feelings for Brennan, Drew gets what he wants, and Sasha and Willow's confrontation continues. Anna, Jason, and Charlotte are on a plane back to Port Charles. Charlotte asks if she can call her mom, and Jason's about to give her his phone, but Anna stops him. Anna wants to wait until they are in Port Charles to tell her mother, just to be safe. Charlotte asks if those men will come after her dad again. Jason assures her that Valentine made the right choice sending her home, as he can move faster without her. Anna adds she's never met anyone better at disappearing than her dad, and those men don't stand a chance. When Charlotte returns to her seat, Jason asks Anna why she didn't want Charlotte to call Lulu. Anna explains that Brennan didn't send the kill squad, so someone else at the WSB wants to shut Valentine up. They likely know they have Charlotte, and to get Charlotte home safely, they'll need someone's help. A girls' night out. Maxie meets with Lulu and Carly for happy hour at the Metro Court. Carly's mood immediately changes when she sees Brennan walk in and get a table with Jordan. Lulu calls Carly out for staring at Jack, but Carly says she's just scanning the room and making sure her patrons are happy. At their table, Jordan thanks Jack for squeezing her in. She wanted him to know she's been named the Port Charles liaison to the WSB. She explains he has information on a person the mayor's office would like to know more about, Jen Sidwell. Jack informs her that Sidwell doesn't just deal in rare minerals. He specializes in ones used to manufacture weapons. He asks if she has anything to share with him, and she tells him Carly is trying not to notice him but is failing miserably. Brennan excuses himself when Anna calls. Anna explains she has Charlotte, and she needs him to bring Lulu to the airfield to meet them without alerting anyone. He looks over at Lulu with Carly and Maxie and says it shouldn't be a problem. Jack returns to the table and tells Jordan that he needs to cut this meeting short and leaves. Jordan gets a call and says she'll be there as soon as she can. Lulu, Maxie, and Carly all discuss Drew and how they don't like him. Brennan approaches the ladies and tells Lulu that she has to come with him, that he can't explain why, so she'll just have to trust him. Carly tells Lulu she can trust him, so Jack and Lulu leave. Alone, Maxie asks Carly what's going on with her and Jack. Carly says nothing, as she realized their lives weren't compatible. She says she can't go down this road as Jack will never commit. Maxie asks what kind of commitment she's looking for, marriage? Carly would be happy never to be married again. Maxie thinks Carly is overthinking and asks if she were to die tomorrow, would she regret not sleeping with Jack Brennan? Back on the plane, Jason doesn't know if they should bring Brennan in. Kill Squad could have lied about Brennan being involved, and they could be leading Charlotte right to the man who wants to find Valentine. Anna says Jack knows that if anything happened to Charlotte on his watch, Carly wouldn't forgive him. It's become clear that Jack has no ulterior motives when it comes to Carly. He's just smitten with her. Jack wants to see Charlotte reunited with Lulu as much as they do. Plane begins its descent, and Anna thanks Jason for coming with her and having her back. Jason says they both let Valentine leave with Charlotte, and Anna says now they are bringing her back. Drew forces Portia's hand. At the hospital, Curtis finds Drew in Portia's office and asks what he's doing there. Drew explains he was making a business proposal, so Curtis asks Portia what is going on. Portia steps aside when she gets a message, and Drew explains his pediatric sports program to Curtis. He notes that Trina's friend Kai is part of it. Drew came here to talk to Portia about this program, and she's going to be standing next to him at the press conference announcing it to the public. Portia explains she hasn't said yes, but Drew subtly threatens her to agree. Drew says it's a worthy cause and could bring a lot of good press and money the hospital's way. Curtis adds, and maybe get people to forget about Congressman Cutthroat. Drew says he is offering Curtis and Aurora the opportunity to cover this kickoff exclusively. Curtis says he needs time to think about this, and Drew asks them to reach out when he has an answer. Drew leaves, and Curtis asks Portia what the hell that was about. Portia says that no matter how she feels about Drew, she has to support this initiative as a doctor and mother. He asks if she wants him to cover this. Portia does and points out it would mean a lot to Trina and Kai. She tells him not to let Drew keep him from contributing to a good cause. In the halls, Jordan arrives, meets Drew, and asks him to make this quick. Drew tells her about his project and the press conference with the hospital, and he wants her to represent the mayor's office at it. Jordan accuses him of giving himself a bouquet to cover the stench of that article. She tells him to file a request for her appearance with her office, and she'll consider it. She then storms off. Jordan goes to see Portia in her office and is glad Curtis is there. She says she just spoke to Drew and she wanted to talk to them about their involvement in his project before she agrees to be at the conference. Curtis says Aurora will cover the conference, so Jordan decides she'll be there if they are on board. Jordan leaves, and Curtis thanks Portia for making him see that this was the right thing to do. Willow blasts Sasha. In an exam room, Willow admits to Sasha that she was wrong to cheat on Michael with Drew, but they all made mistakes. Sasha thinks the only mistake Michael made was trusting Willow. Sasha says she will judge her and not feel bad about it. Willow brings up Sasha's due date and the timing of her conception, which was right around when Jason was mourning Sam. Sasha says Jason hadn't been with Sam for years. Willow says Sam was always an obstacle for anyone who wanted Jason, and with Sam gone, she took the opportunity to get Jason. Willow accuses her of going after Jason for greed, and this baby might as well be the best con she's ever pulled. Sasha tells Willow she didn't break any vows or hearts, but Willow says she will in time. Another nurse performs Sasha's ultrasound and asks if she'd like to know the sex. Back in the halls, Drew finds Willow and says she seems a little down. Willow says she just had a difficult patient. Drew doesn't blame her if the story got to her, but she says she doesn't read that garbage or listen to people who tell her about it. He assures her that his next project will remind his constituents he is doing good work for them, and it will work out. She says that when he says it, she believes it. Sasha leaves her appointment with a photo of her baby. She then sees Willow and Drew smiling at one another. Liz and Lucky can't catch a break. At Liz's, she and Lucky see his mom off, and Liz wonders if he's expecting anyone else tonight. He says no, and she says the same, so it's just them for the rest of the night. They kiss, and then the doorbell rings again. This time it's Rick, who asks if he can come in, swearing it will only take a minute. Rick enters and hopes he didn't interrupt anything. Liz asks what brings him by. Rick says many things, and he'll start by thanking Lucky for saving Liz's life, calling him a hero. He also hands her an envelope officially exonerating her in the deaths of Sam, Dex, and the other patients. But Liz thanks him, and he lets her know Terry called him to represent her, and he wishes she had called him herself. Rick tells Liz if she ever needs a lawyer, he better be her first call. She tells him, got it. He says if she calls, he'll always pick up. Lucky rolls his eyes. Liz excuses herself to file the papers away, and Lucky tells Rick to send a messenger next time. Rick tells Lucky he is a hero, and it got him a nice comfy spot to recover on Liz's couch. Lucky snaps that it's hard to do that when random people keep dropping by. Rick notes he looks tired and offers to drop him home at his mommy's who can tuck him in. He says Liz could do so much better than him. Lucky asks, like you? Liz returns, and Rick says he'll get out of her hair. He takes off, but before he goes, he says he wants her to be happy. If he can help her out even in any way, to call. Liz sees him off, turns around and finds Lucky has passed out on the couch. Lucas meets Marco. In Miami, Lucas downs some drinks in the hotel bar and plans to head to his room to forget this trip ever happened. On his way out, he finds a credit card, picks it up, and a handsome man says, "I believe that's mine." Lucas hands over his card, which is from a law firm. He introduces himself as Marco and offers to buy Lucas a drink. Marco refuses to take no for an answer. Marco explains he's here for a legal conference, and Lucas notes he's here for a medical conference. A little tipsy, Lucas reveals his ex-husband is also on this trip, and things didn't go well. Marco says, ouch. He asks how long they were married. Lucas says 3 years, and they even had a son, or thought they did. He apologizes for pulling him into his sob story, but Marco is interested and wants to hear about his son. Lucas tells him the whole story, and Marco says his ex really loved him, as he risked everything to spare him from pain. Lucas says he's the first person to have that reaction to that story. He knows Brad did what he did because he loved him, but in the end, he broke his heart and hurt a lot of people. Marco says the time Lucas spent with Wiley can't be erased, and he'll always be his child in his heart. Lucas agrees that nobody can take the time he spent as Wiley's dad away. Lucas tells Marco how he ran from Brad to Boston to hide away from everyone but was brought back home after his mom died. It was a wake-up call that their time on Earth is limited, and they have to love people while they are still here. He says he hasn't dated since Brad, but at least he's not hiding from life. Lucas gets tipsier and admits that seeing Brad again stirred up old emotions. He says Brad seemed to be the person he fell for in the beginning, and he began to feel something again until Brad blew it up as he's still the same lying manipulator he always was. Lucas says Brad's love for him once again led him to make mistakes, and maybe love is the problem. Marco notes that companionship comes in many forms. Lucas says maybe it can be as simple as meeting a gorgeous man, telling him he's gorgeous, and taking it from there. Lucas then kisses Marco. Afterward, Lucas asks, "What now?" Marco asks Lucas for his room key, and he hands it over. Reunited at last, Brennan and Lulu arrive at an airstrip outside of Port Charles, and she wants to know why she's here or she's leaving. He informs her that a plane is landing in 10 minutes, and her daughter is on it. He has no details other than that Anna called him and told him to bring her here, so he did. Lulu can't believe she's about to see her daughter. Plane lands, and Anna and Jason bring Charlotte out to her mother. They rush into one another's arms, and Lulu cries, "You are finally home!" On the next General Hospital, Portia rants to Ava that someone needs to do something soon. Stella warns Curtis about hindering someone's success. Gio flirts with Emma, as Kai asks Trina how to make their evening feel more like a date. Lulu calls someone with a surprise. Jack asks Carly what kind of person she is, and she invites him to stick around and find out. Christina asks her dad what's going on. Thanks for watching this videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.